Okay, everybody. Here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Tuesday, February 11th, 2025 pre-market report. People, look, we got a problem. We got a big freaking problem here. I covered some of this yesterday, explaining to you my post-market wrap-up. Let me explain this maybe another way here. It appears that right now, this market ain't going nowhere. We're just stuck. What do we understand is in our face? Valuations don't matter anymore. PE ratios don't matter anymore. Forward guidance doesn't matter anymore. Earnings don't matter anymore. Nothing matters to this market whatsoever, except one thing: artificially suppressed rates and currency devaluations. Does that sound familiar to you? Because that's exactly what's going on here. And in order for central banks to continue the charade of rigging the markets via the debt market, the amount of effort this will take is going to be, as I said yesterday, absolutely gargantuan. And who'll pay for it? We, the people of this world, will pay for it in the form of what? More artificially suppressed rates and currency devaluation. Now, speaking about that, we're going to hear from the illustrious Powell today, the creature sitting, well, pretty much running the entire planet here. Uh, it's a no-brainer here. Who runs the system? It's central banks. Which central bank has the world reserve currency? It's the Federal Reserve. So Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, is going to testify today before the Senate Banking Committee. Now, let me ask you guys and go straight out. So this Senate Banking Committee, how many of you actually believe that even one member of the Senate Banking Committee understands the financial system at all? I don't think a single one of them do. Honestly, they're just, I don't know what they are. They're just entities put there to make you believe that, they have your best interest in mind as well. They don't understand a thing, nothing. So today, this freaking freak show with Powell sitting there answering questions from the Senate Banking Committee, it's a joke. It's a joke, and the joke is on us. Any one of you out here that has followed this blog, I wish, or me, well, they would never allow me, of course, to sit there and question this creature, non-human entity. I mean, come on, man. You're going to hear nonsense, garbage, distractions, deceptions. You may even hear, let's throw this out there. You may even hear things like, well, Fed Chair Powell, why are you not lowering rates faster? Because that's what we need. Which means what? Artificially suppressed rates, currency devaluation, you lose, your cost of living goes up, make it up. Let's just see what happens here. I, unfortunately, am going to be stuck listening to this freak show. You guys and girls can catch this live. I believe CNBC is covering it live, probably Bloomberg. You're going to be able to see this circus act play out in real time. Okay, so, if you guys and girls want to watch this, I believe it's 10 a.m. Eastern time. You can watch this thing. It's something. Look, I have an interview today at 10 a.m. actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, Finance and Liberty said I will not be able to catch all of it. I was going to say unfortunately, but probably fortunately, because we know it's already going to happen. Nothing, as it always does. They're going to genuflect as the creature Powell walks into the room. The Senate Banking Committee is going to genuflect before it. Okay, it's not human. It's a creature. It's a thing. I think we're all on the same page. And as they genuflect and the questions are proposed, well, they're all scripted anyway. I think we're all on the same page again. The Fed chair cannot be made to look like an idiot. Okay. So after the genuflecting takes place, you're going to hear things like, thank you. Thank you for your service. Like this guy is some kind of a military hero. They're going to thank him for his service. Make it up. But that's what they do all the time. And they're going to do it now. Thank you, sir. Should I get on my knees and pray to you? Make it up, man. You can't do it. But understand, look, the last thing that we need here in the United States or anywhere around the world is more artificially suppressed rates, which means currency, purchasing power, destruction. Duh! But that's what you're going to hear. You're going to hear that. I would be so shocked. In fact, I don't know, I may go into a cardiac dysrhythmia if one member of our Senate Banking Committee would say, hold on, Powell, why do we need lower rates again? Can you tell us why? We already have an inflationary environment, which you, sir, Powell, said would be temporary, would be transitory. It was just going to, relief was coming. How come that's not happening? Why is it that debts and deficits keep surging out of control here? Why is it the price of everything continues to rise here? Is it because they're becoming more scarce or rare? Or is it because the currency is losing its purchasing power? Henceforth, why we can't even make a penny anymore. We can't make a penny here in the United States. Not because it's a barbarous relic or anything, because we can't afford to make it. Because the purchasing power of the currency is gone. People, make any of this stuff up, I dare you. Can you make it up? Because I can't make it up, I'll be honest with you. So look, let's cover a few other things here. Right now, this is the MMRI. Still standing above 300. Going to take an enormous effort to push this back down. Will it happen? We're going to see. But what does that mean? The central banks are buying it all. It's an incredible situation. And with regard to that, you see what's going on. You got this on and off effort to buy more debt. Obviously, look, man, a central bank can't just say, hey, we're going to keep rates low or we're going to keep rates at X. They have to get into the market and make it happen. Why is it? Let me ask you this, really. We're friends, right? We can talk about anything. Why is it that not a single world leader, not a single banker, central banker will tell you that in order for any central bank to keep rates at X, they have to get into the market. They can't just say it. There's no magic here. A central bank has to create cash out of nothing and buy the debt. Right now, the situation is this. Central banks, and look this up for yourself, are the number one buyer of gold around the world. The number one buyer of gold. Does that tell you something that maybe you and I have been right? Bet against this system, become your own central bank, do what central banks are doing? Yeah. Why are they buying all this gold? Record amounts of gold. Gold at a record high here. One heck of a run-up. Speaking of that, gold and silver today, okay, under a little pressure, but seriously, man, we've had this record run. You got Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Look at Cardano here, doing very well. This is stock futures this morning. We're under a little bit of pressure, nothing major, but again, the market's stuck. We got a big problem, big problem. But here's the situation. We have a problem, yes, but the issue is this. This market is, does this sound familiar to you, what I'm about to say? So disconnected from any kind of reality. It is off in a land beyond Oz. Beyond the land of Oz, man. It's just there's no connection to reality at all. And people are all paper rich. Rah, rah, rah. Look at my investment. It's not real. These are digits on the screen. They don't exist. They're not on the elemental chart, people. This is going to get very real for everyone. And people are going to wonder yet again. It's always the same story. What happened? Why did I lose all my investments? Why has everything poof gone and transferred right up to the 1% and 2%ers? Why? Because again, maybe people are just too ignorant to the system. Just like our illustrious Senate Banking Committee here. This is going to be a freak show. But again, the market here, look. This market, where's the bottom for the Dow? What is the Dow Jones Industrial Average actually worth today? I'm going to tell you right now. It's worth about 8,000. 8,000, which is significantly lower than we have now. 2/3 lower. This market is going to be decimated at one point. We all know that. By what? Because the crash is going to begin and end in the stock market? No, because of a debt market meltdown, but people aren't going to know what to do with themselves. They have no idea what's coming because who's going to tell them? No, we still have politicians here working with central banks to say we need lower rates, which is the polar opposite of what we actually do need. Make it up, people. It's unbelievable. It really is how people have been so dumbed down, have been so duped, have been deceived on such a scale. Does this sound familiar to you? Maybe it's all this stuff has been foretold to us in a particular book. Maybe you know the one I'm talking about. Guys and girls, look, man. So let's. Where's the opportunity? Is what I really want to come down to. There's opportunities here. No, I'm not going to sit here and judge anyone for what you do or do not do. That's not my place. It's not what I'm supposed to be doing here. If we understand already that the United States is spending 3.4% of gross domestic product on defense, okay, and this is going to go up to 6% according to what we're hearing out of the illustrious President Trump here. That's an enormous amount of spending. Again, it's a shell game. Let's cut spending from here only so we could spend it on defense or whatever project they're going to come up with. I think it's pretty obvious here. So, understanding that already the United States is the number one investor in defense companies, if we realize that we're going to go from 3.4% to 6, this is what we're hearing now. Okay. What does that tell you? That tells you that there is obviously going to be, look, man, I don't like the prospect of this. I personally will not put cash to work in defense stock. That doesn't mean I'm calling you out for doing it. Again, I have no right to judge you. What you do, you don't do. You understand? So if you are looking for an opportunity here in a market that's going nowhere, certain sectors in the market are more than likely going to show some gains here. Defense is one of them. I covered this recently. So you might want to look into companies like Lockheed Martin. There are several corporations that the government invests in. And obviously they're going to do well. Look this up for yourself. In fact, I did a video about this just on Sunday where I showed you 4 companies that you might want to look at with regard to defense. So massive increases in defense spending come forward. Again, any mechanism to pull cash into the now, which we don't have. We're broke. All right. The Fed will be more than happy to lend so we could go from 3.4% of GDP investment in defense to 6. Okay. The other thing, banks. Massive win for the banks over this weekend with deregulation. You know that, all right? We're not going to talk about it anymore, but that's where we're going. Banks are being massively deregulated on an epic scale. In fact, it looks like all regulation or parameters for banks are going to be removed, and they're going to be able to play with all your cash and do anything they want with it, and they're not going to be held to account at all. Zero. They never are. That's why these parameters are being removed in reality. Again, it's all about bridging us into the new system. We're not going to talk about that either. Merging banks with cryptocurrencies, a backdoor bailout. These institutions are insolvent, okay? They have black hole balance sheets loaded up with bad debt. But you can't know that either. No one's going to tell you that. So, defense stocks, defense companies, banks, which ones? Most of the big ones except Bank of America. You know that. They're being set up as the fall guy here. Blame must be assigned when the system comes down. It's already being said. We told you about Bank of America, everyone. You lost your cash. What'll happen here? Let me explain to you what's going to happen. Bank of America is being set up as the fall guy, obviously. So what's going to end up happening is they're going to chop up the bank. The other institutions are going to buy their good assets for pennies on the dollar. And I'm going to give you one guess, and only one, as to who's going to be stuck with the garbage. You think it's going to be the other financial institutions that are being deregulated, or the parameters being? No, it's not going to be them. You are. Just like last time. We're seeing a replay, man. You see what's going on here? So, defense, banks. And there's another place you want to look at. There's one more place you want to look at. Are you ready for this? I hope you're writing this stuff down. My lions out here. This stuff is gold. You want to look at small cap stocks. Why? I don't like small cap stocks. Generally, you all know that. I'm kind of a large cap guy. But in this environment where it appears that tit for tat trade, there's trade war, however we want to look at it, this is going to hit multinational corporations, right? Yeah, sounds about right to you? Of course it does, because you're smart. Small cap stocks, small cap companies are going to be more or less immune to this. So you want to put your cash to work, you got several things to do. All right, stick around just another minute. I got something else to tell you. So you got defense stocks, you got banks, you got small caps. There's somewhere else too, people. Again, write this stuff down because in my opinion, this is gold. And this is nothing new. Commodities. Commodities are real things. Why do you want to put cash to work in commodities here? Again, if we know for a fact that we are going to see central banks around the world working with world leaders to suck the purchasing power out of whatever currency is being issued, in this case the Federal Reserve and the US dollar, with commodities priced in dollars, okay, what do you want to do? First of all, you can't be in the dollar. Me personally, I am still unfortunately in a pretty large cash position. I got out of this market, you all know that. Okay, I put cash to work. I bought Bitcoin more than once. I bought XRP, gold, silver as well. I'm still waiting to see what's going to go on here with regard to what I'm going to do with the rest of my cash that I got just sitting around. It's just sitting there, and it's the very last place anyone wants to be is in a cash position right now. We know the currency is being destroyed. So this makes sense to you what I'm saying here. You want to look at defense. You want defense stocks, defense companies. The government is going to invest in these companies to the point of trillions of dollars. Again, we're watching a shell game play out here. No cuts, no net cuts are going to be done here. Understand what I'm talking about. You're hearing about, okay, we found fraud here. We found misallocation of funds here. Eventually, at least I hope, okay, we're going to see proof of that. Now listen to my words here. Those are getting triggered. Very easy to trigger some people here. I'm saying eventually, okay? Greg, has Trump not done enough already? I'm not saying today, okay? I'm saying that eventually, hopefully, we'll see where the fraud happened. We'll show proof of what happened, where the misallocation of funds happened, okay? Who's responsible for it? And these people held to account. Now, they gotta track this stuff. Because maybe we could claw back some of this so-called fraud, misallocation of funds. And that sound about right to you? We, the American people, deserve to see this, and we deserve to see how we're gonna get our cash back that was misallocated. Okay, this is why eventually. Okay, don't get triggered now, because Trump has done enough, right? Okay. You guys are girls. Some of you guys are so sensitive, and you laugh at other people getting triggered. But I've never seen a group of people in the history of the world to get more triggered when you mention the name Trump. They just go, no, oh! They don't know what to do to themselves. It's crazy. So anyway, that's why I think we, the American people, deserve to see where the fraud is, where the misallocation of funds has happened here, where the corruption is, who's responsible. Let's see some arrests here. Eventually, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a year from today, maybe we'll get to see it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I hope so. And then let's see if we can claw back some of those funds. It's not so hard to do, man. Or at least I hope that's what's being set up here. Otherwise, this is just a nonsensical thing with nothing's going to happen. I want to see one. Eventually, okay, don't get triggered. Eventually, a high-level arrest. You think we're going to see one? You think we're going to see Janet Yellen in handcuffs here? Really? Show it to me. Show me the money. All right, guys and girls, look, man, I got your back, like to the highest order. You know that. So I've told you, I've outlined exactly what you guys and girls should be looking at right now. We have a problem, but that doesn't mean we lose. You understand? We're not going to lose. We're never going to lose. Never will I allow that to happen to myself or you. You understand? Ain't happening. I made this declaration and promise to all of you from many years ago. And you know what? I think I've kept my part of that deal. I really have. And to those of you that support my work every month, yeah, you help me out too. And people that watch this video and support this channel by sharing it, by giving it a thumbs up if I've earned it. Yeah, you're all part of it. This is our thing. And no one's getting in our way. And I tell you this too. If anyone wants to get in our way, they're going to get crushed. They're going to get run over by this pride of lions, because that's what we are. And we want to help people, no doubt about it. That's my mission, to make a positive difference in this world. And if my style doesn't jive with you because I say this or say the other thing and things that you don't agree with, well, you know what? I'm not really sorry either. Okay? I am not going to change who I am or the way that I do a thing. I'm a passionate guy, and I think I've nailed this to the wall. I think 90% of this I have nailed to the wall. Any of you care to differ with that? Any of us here? This is our thing. Collectively, we're killing it. We're killing it, and we're waking people up. Anyway, that's it, guys and girls. All right. Hope you got something out of this video. Let me know if you did. And if I burn that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it as well. Share this stuff. All right. Love you from the heart with all I got, people. I'll see you later. 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream. I cannot wait for the freak show in an hour from now with Powell and the genuflecting Senate Banking Committee. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service. You're kidding me. This man's a criminal. He should be in jail. I'm going to stop. See you later.